Welcome to screencast session on selection sorter. So this selection sort implementation takes that parameter list which is unsorted elements and finally it returns that list of elements. Here we are implementing the function that is def selection sorter. It takes that a list of unsorted elements as a parameter. Let's compute the length of the list. We got it into n. Maybe there is a case that when your list contains that so one or none elements, so that what we do, if so the length of the list, if it is less than or equal to one element, one or none element, just simply we return that whatever the list is available. And the second case, we are iterating over the list. So when we are iterating over the list, we try to iterate that each element of the particular list, and we are trying to keep that each smallest element in its right position. So what exactly, first minimum one in the first location, second minimum one is selected in the second location, and keep on going. So let's do that iteration, that is for I in the range of that the length of the list, that is n. And now, so first we are trying to identify the minimum position of that ith element. Let's consider that first element itself is going to be the minimum element. And now the inner loop, so j in range of that I plus 1 and up to the n. So what this 13th and 15th line indicates is that first minimum we are finding in the 14th index position, 14th line of code, and first minimum we are trying to compare the second elements to last. Second minimum we are selecting from the second element to last. Third minimum we are selecting from third element to last. So that is what we are trying to compare. In this comparison, so let's find that if my list of j, if it is less than the minimum index position, which already got it, whenever smaller element is available, when you found a smaller element, so that minimum position is updated with the particular j. So once this line number 15 iteration is over, so you will get it a minimum index position, what exactly, whichever the element is the minimum element available in the remaining list, that we got it into that minimum position. Now let's swap it, that is I and list of the minimum index position, both of them swapped vice versa. So that's we do that. So minimum index position is element is swapped with I, and ith index position is swapped with minimum index position. So complete list is sorted after that outer iteration 13th line number is over, and we are returning the sorted list L. So let's call this one through main function, and we are defining a constant list of elements. It is unsorted list. So 45, 34, 230 and 1. So let's call the function which is already defined, print it, the selection sort. So the list we are sending as a parameter, whatever the list you send it unsorted element, we'll get the output in the 25th line number print statement. So run this. So we got the sorted list 1, 34, 45, 89 and 230. So thank you very much. Have a nice day.